Hi, I'm Brett Mckenzie. I'm the Green Party of Ontario candidate for London North Centre. When we were drafting our platform for this election, we wanted to address 6 key issues. First, climate change. Second, energy use. Third, healthcare. Fourth, education. Fifth, our local economies. And sixth, electoral reform. We know that climate change is happening. We know that it's going to profoundly affect the way we live our lives, the way we spend our money, and the way our environment interacts with us. The Green Party of Ontario has taken steps, we feel, to draft a platform that's going to address these issues. First, we would institute a carbon tax. It's simply going to make it more expensive for people to pollute. Secondly, we would encourage energy conservation. If we could get Ontarians to reduce peak energy usage by just 20%, we could close coal-fired plants. Coal-fired plants that produced fully 1/4 of Ontario's greenhouse gases. We would end subsidies for nuclear power. Nuclear power isn't cheap, it's not clean, and it's not safe. What we need to do is encourage conservation, make it easier and cheaper for you to save electricity. That's going to solve most of our problems right away. We're going to divert funding that would normally go into nuclear power, and we're going to put it into green energies, solar, wind, water, and renewable energies. It just makes way more sense. Imagine if we had been doing this from the start. What we have to realize is that we don't have a healthcare system. We have a sick care system. Healthy people aren't accessing it. The Green Party of Ontario would take steps to prevent people from accessing our healthcare system by encouraging prevention of disease and injury. We would also make sure that doctors who are trained in Ontario stay in Ontario. Take steps to improve the quality of life for other healthcare professionals like nurses and physiotherapists so that more of them are willing to work here in Ontario. We'd like to reduce pollution, obviously, in the air, the water, and the soil, which is going to help us out as far as lung disease and cancer rates go. Basically, what we want is a far healthier society. We know we can't solve all our healthcare problems by throwing money at it. We've seen that in other situations. But by better managing the money we do spend, we can dramatically increase the efficiency of the best system in the world. The education system we have now is inherently unfair. The province of Ontario is essentially endorsing one faith above all others. It's not fair. It's not right. It's inefficient and it's expensive. By eliminating funding to Catholic education, we could save $500 million a year. And we would have a far more fair and inclusive system where all of Ontario's children are in the same room, learning and playing together and learning about each other. It makes for a much more inclusive and tolerant Ontario. The Green Party of Ontario would take steps to localize your economies, to make it more resilient in the face of the coming crises we've got. It's far too late now, we know, to reverse climate change and its effects. The best we can do is take steps to alleviate the damage that it's going to cause. Local economies are far more resilient to change, and we know change is coming. We feel that people should live in the communities where they work, that their food should be grown locally and their goods should be produced locally. It's cheaper, it's safer, and it improves the quality of life for all people. The Green Party of Ontario wants to see changes to the way we elect our government. Our current first-past-the-post system is inherently unfair once you have more than 2 parties involved in the race. In the last provincial election, the ruling party got 40% of the popular vote. That got them 60% of the seats, got them 100% of the power. 60% of the votes cast in the last election essentially didn't count. The proposed mixed-member proportional system is inherently more democratic. It encourages participation by people from all political parties and by women and other minorities. It's just better democracy. The Green Party of Ontario is thinking past the next 4 weeks. We're thinking past the next 4 years. We're thinking past the next 40 years. If you want a government that's based on 10 values that never change, that's part of a global movement to improve the lives of people who live here, then you need to vote Green on October 10th. Elect Brett Mckenzie for London North Centre.